Oh my God, your mind is about to be blown away with today's episode of The Secret Room XX. Okay, so today's episode was titled, Is the Tradwife LARP Finally Over? And I started the podcast with this very statement and important question. I think real tradwives are not glorifying the lifestyle. They're too busy with their children. They're too busy doing housework. They're too busy overseeing. They're too busy at PTA meetings. They're too busy, getting things straight. When you're online all day long, I'm like, how the do you have time to be a trad wife? I'm not a trad wife. Okay. I don't clean. I cook because it's magical. I talked about this before. Okay. I definitely cook. We have a maid service. I'm not doing that. My husband pays for it. I'm busy. I'm doing my own stuff over here. I don't have time to be in spaces all damn day. All of the glorified trad wives, like Rachel, like Hannah, like Isabel, like all these women, that want to like glorify it and be like, yes, I obey my husband. I do this for my husband and my husband tells me what to do. Oh, woo. And all this. I'm like, but you're always in spaces. You're always online. And I don't hear no kids. I would like any woman to answer the question to me. And this is a sincere question. I want to understand what is so glamorous about being a trad wife. I sincerely want to know why is that glamorized? So after asking that question, a woman who's a traditional mother comes up to the panel to talk, and things begin to take an interesting twist. We need to just get off the mindset of traditional that's never coming back. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we need to be with traditional, but hold on. It looks like somebody who's a traditional, I think that's what
Yeah, I've spoken to her before, Tree. She's a woman. I just don't know if you want to take speakers yet, so I just left it there.
She can go, because I sincerely want someone to sell me traditional, thanks thoughts, by the way. I want someone to sell me the traditional wife lifestyle. So I would love to have somebody to have a opposing argument. So she can go ahead. You can go ahead and speak.
Just for background, I am a wife, I am a mom, I stay home. My husband works 40 to 80 to 100 hours a week. I don't drive, I don't vote, I don't really do anything besides cook and clean and take care of my children and run my household. A lot of people would see that as, the defining traditional type of situation. But I also kind of am under the perspective that traditional has a lot of different definitions just as a whole with how life is now. And with how certain people want to define traditionalism and what that means for them and what that means for their household and their lives and their children and, just everything as a whole. But now there's also that point where there's a lot of women who don't want to work and who do just want to stay home and raise their kids and just want to, live under the control. I don't really want to say control. I hate using that word. But the guide of their husbands, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I trust my husband to do, everything and to make sure that he's taking care of our household the same way that he trusts me to take care of our household. I know that he makes more money than I ever could. I know that he prefers working over being at home. I know that I prefer the way that I raise our kids more than he would if he was home, on a regular basis.
So after hearing this woman, whose profile name is Woman, by the way, confess that her husband controls all the money, all the bills, and that she's completely clueless about the amount of those bills. This trad wife told us that she is completely unaware of the amount of money coming in and going out of their account. And on top of that, she doesn't drive, vote, go grocery shopping, leave the house. She doesn't do nothing but strictly stay at home to do all of the domesticated duties, including caring for the kids. To each his own. It's a
Well,
little risky when he's the only financial
and I agree with
controller.
that 100%. I've talked to Thoughts a little bit about it before. We haven't gone, too into detail into my past and how I got to where I am and my testimony as a whole. But I was in a relationship similar to the relationship that I'm in now with my husband before, when I had 2 children. And I was with him for 3 or almost 4-ish years. And he texted me one day after work and said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't love you. And I don't want to be with our kids anymore. I'm going to come home and pack a bag and I'm leaving. And he left. And I had nothing. I had no money. I could not afford to live where we were. I was completely abandoned with both of my children, with no help, no anything, living in a state where none of my family was. And it was scary. And that especially just with how relationships as a whole are now, I can see how it would be very, very terrifying to put all of your trust into someone the way that I, have with my husband. I mean, even now with the past that I've had, it's still very scary. And I trust this man to the full extent. I really, unfortunately, it comes down to everyone has, a different perspective on what's right and what's wrong. Morality is fairly subjective unless you're in,
Yeah, I
a
don't look at it
religious
right and wrong
household.
though. That's the difference between me and other people.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
I'm definitely not a right and wrong kind of person when it comes to this. I'm more of a cover your. I'm more of a have a plan B, C, D, and E. Just in case A falls through, which you're in the A zone right now.
And I mean, that's fair for any kind of situation or relationship, whether you're traditional or, more
Right.
non-traditional, have kids, don't have kids. It's always good to have an idea of what you need. And if it's not going the way that you need, then it's okay to leave.
It's best to fall into a safety net than to fall on
your
on a nice hard concrete ground. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The way that I live personally, and I'm not saying that this is for everyone because it's definitely not. And I've had conversations with people who call me crazy for, even just talking about the way that I live and how much I really put my faith into my husband. I don't even know what our mortgage payment is. I don't know what his salary is. I don't know how much our car payment is, our insurance. I don't pay attention to it because it's not my business. My business is our kids, and I trust him to take care of us, and he's never let us down. And I think another kind of big factor that plays a role in my, family situation and in our lives is that we're also very religious. And I know that that can also be kind of a difference for a lot of people, and even just, trust in a relationship. Because, realistically speaking, we do have different values than just a regular, I guess, normal-esque, not religious couple would have.
Okay.
And I feel like those things also play a huge role.
She doesn't know how much money he makes. She doesn't know how much the mortgage is every month. She's clueless about the monthly bills, expenses, car payments, or how much money is currently in the bank. She doesn't want to know anything when it comes to the finances, and I found this to be a huge problem. Why are you not wanting to know anything about the money in the bank?
Because it gives me, I guess, more sound mind, and also gives me more opportunity to trust my husband.
I mean, you trust your husband. Looking at the bank account does not make you not trust your husband, right? You trust your husband, right?
No, I'm not saying that. I trust him, and I trust that he's not, screwing us over. So there's no really reason for me to look at it. I don't buy anything personally. I don't really care to. I don't pay our mortgage. He does. I don't pay our car payments. I don't even drive. He does. So there's really no reason for me to be
Hear me out.
Unless I doubt something.
This is not a betrayal against your husband. When your babies are sleeping, you go and check on them, don't you? You go make sure you can hear them breathe, right? You're giving the notion that if you check the balance, if you have access to account where you can check the account, if you have access to knowing how much the mortgage is, you're equating that to I trust my husband. That's why I don't check it. That's what you said.
Yeah, I don't pay it. Why do I need to check it?
Now, the exchange that she and I, along with the other ladies, had on this panel about her mentality and her actions was wild. Keep in mind that I'm not including the entire conversation in this video because there was a lot of back and forth between us. And the things she said to us was crazy. I'm just featuring the highlights here to showcase the entire space. Nevertheless, if you thought we heard it all, guess what? It gets even worse.
Another kind of, I guess, big thing, I'm not on the house at all. If he dies, the house automatically goes to his parents, which I'm very lucky to have, an amazing relationship with them because I know that they're not going to
leave. Wait. I'm sorry. You're the wife. Why isn't the house going to you?
Because relationships are weird.
What the hell they are? You want to sell that to me?
Who's to say?
Hold on.
So who's to say if he dies, we're in a horrible spot?
How?
Who's to say I don't hate his guts when he dies?
What does that have to do with the house going? You're the wife. Oh my
It's a security thing. Yeah, and it's a security thing.
Wait. Oh my God.
I'm not upset about it.
You're not? Wait a minute. Let me just hear what you're saying. When he dies, the house goes to his parents who are way older than you instead of you, his wife. And why are you okay with that?
Because there's a good chance that we could either, not be, I guess, on good terms. There's a chance that literally...
Who is we?
Me and my husband.
Your husband's dead now. So,
and me owning the house with our 3 children could be not good someday. I don't know.
How
I have no idea what the
is
future
having
holds.
a roof over your children's head is a bad thing? Now, this turned into a big debate that went on for several minutes. So now that she's looking crazy, she puts her husband on the call to defend her and their marriage, which frankly made their situation look absolutely stupid. Okay, so your parents should have the house and not your wife because she's a security risk?
Yeah, we have a family trust. All of our properties and assets stay in the family, in the name of
So your wife is not a family member?
Yeah, she's not signed into the trust. It's for my family. She's married into the family, but the family trust is the family
So she's not part of the trust.
So everything's in a family trust. That's why she's not on there. That's why
isn't she on the trust? Honey, let me tell you something. At first, I was a little irritated that she involved her husband into our conversation, but the more he kept talking, the more secrets he was letting out. And this was the moment she began to regret bringing him on the panel in the first place. But I was loving every minute of it. So y'all just got married in December?
It was a whole situation. I lived across the country. It's a big, fun thing.
Yeah, we got married in August, and she moved in finally December. And we've had a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I just switched career. Like, it's been nonstop.
They got married in August, but she didn't move in until December? Say what? Girl. Anyway, her husband began to talk too much, so she started coaching him in the background, and this was pissing me off. I'm asking you, can you vouch for your wife to be part of the family? You keep talking about it's the family, it's the family, it's the family. Can your wife be added to the family?
Me not
to have
being
a
on
vote?
the trust is not me not being a part of the family.
Yeah.
Why is she defending you? Lady, I'm talking to the man. Stop fighting your man's battle. I'm talking to the man. I want to talk to the man in the house.
There's no battle to be fought.
Oh my God.
There's
Can
no
you let your man
battle
be the man?
here.
Can you let your man be the man unless he's a beta male? I want to talk to the man.
Hold on. Let me ask one question. The kids that you have, are they all yours or are they all hers?
Oh man, they're all everybody's. We got a Brady Bunch.
It's a split.
So she's coming to the marriage with kids, and he's come into the marriage with kids that he has custody of, and she is taking care of all of them. Now everything is starting to make sense. Your wife said that you pay for the mortgage, you pay for all the bills. All right. So now you're saying you don't pay for anything. So like I said, if you're going to say she's a liar, then I'll just stop engaging with both of y'all, because both of you all are liars. And I don't want to engage with liars. Hence why I said, if you're going to be bad faith, I don't want to have this conversation.
No one's calling anybody a liar. I have bills that I'm supposed to pay. I just don't like paying them.
So what happens when you don't pay them?
No.
I don't know. They cut my electric, and then I pay them like $70, and it's back on for the rest of the year.
So if the electric bill is high, it's too high, you just go ahead and default?
Yeah, of course I'm going to default. It's cheaper.
How is it cheaper when you have to pay for the reconnection fee as well as the
There's
interest
no
rate
reconnection fee. I'm in a blue state. What are you talking about? I give them $70 and say, I can't afford to pay you guys. Here's $70. Well, first we go back and forth for a little bit, and eventually we settle around like $70 to like maybe $200, depending on the year.
So, Mr. Husband, real quick question. You can't afford your bills?
I just don't want to pay them. It's cheaper to not pay it. So tell me this, right? Average electric bill right now is around $400, right? A month. A month, $400, right?
Specify.
Here. I don't want to pay $400 a month for electric. I'd rather pay $70 a year for electric and not have to care about the rest of the months. How is that me losing power for like, I don't know, 2 hours out of a year for $70 for the rest of the year? That's not a bad deal.
So you just have is there any other bills you have a problem paying?
I don't know. I don't really pay for anything.
I'm going to tell you something. You picked the right woman to marry.
I mean, I steal my internet. I steal a lot of my utilities.
You steal your utilities, you steal your internet, and
I'm not paying for it.
Wow. Okay.
Well, buddy.
All right, cool. It didn't end there, taters. A lot of tea was spilled during this space, but I'm going to stop the video here. If you would like to hear the entire recording, and I highly suggest that you do, you can hear it for free on my Patreon. That's right, the full uncensored exchange will be available on the free section of my Patreon. The direct link is available in the description box as well as the pinned comment. I look forward to seeing you over there and talk to you in the comments section. Later, taters.